The phoenix. The phoenix is mythology's most iconic immortal, a massive eagle-sized bird draped in gold, crimson, and purple feathers that shimmer like living fire. It comes from ancient Egyptian and Greek tradition, built on a single idea: death is not the end. Only one phoenix exists at any given time. It lives for centuries. Herodotus put the lifespan at 500 years. Egyptian texts said 1,461. Nobody agreed, but everyone agreed on what happened at the end. When the phoenix felt its time coming, it built a nest from cinnamon, aromatic branches, and rare spices, then set it on fire. Some versions say friction, some say it faced the sun. Either way, the bird burned completely. 3 days later, a new phoenix rose from the ash, fully formed, ready to start again. Its tears were said to heal wounds and cure diseases. It became the ultimate symbol of resurrection, adopted by early Christians as a representation of Christ rising from the dead, and woven throughout medieval literature as proof that death could be reversed. The Greek word phoenix literally means purple-red, a name that describes exactly what it looked like: feathers burning from the inside out. The Hydra of Lerna. The Hydra was a water serpent from Greek mythology, and its immortality wasn't poetic, it was mechanical. Cut off a head, two grew back. The more you fought it, the worse your situation became. It lived in the swamps near Lake Lerna in ancient Greece, born from Typhon and Echidna, two of mythology's most feared monsters. Ancient sources disagree on the head count. Some say 5, some say 9, some say 50 or more, but all of them agree on the regeneration. One head, the central one, couldn't be destroyed at all. No weapon, no force, just permanently alive. The creature's breath was lethal. Its blood was poison. It killed people who got too close without even trying. Heracles faced the Hydra as his second labor and almost lost because of the regeneration problem. The solution: his nephew Aeolus followed behind with a torch, cauterizing each neck stump immediately after decapitation. No stump, no regrowth. The immortal head was buried under an enormous rock where, according to legend, it's still alive. Heracles dipped his arrows in the Hydra's blood before leaving. Those arrows killed enemies for years. They also eventually killed him. The Wandering Jew. The Wandering Jew, known as Ahasuerus across most traditions, is a figure from Christian medieval folklore cursed with immortality not as a reward, but punishment. The story, first recorded in 1228 at St. Albans Abbey by Roger of Wendover, goes like this. A man in Jerusalem, a doorkeeper or shoemaker depending on the version, taunted or struck Jesus as he carried the cross to Golgotha. In return, Jesus condemned him to walk the earth until the second coming. No death, no rest, just endless time. Different European cultures gave him different names: Cartaphilus, Buddhaeus, and others. Alleged sightings were reported throughout medieval and early modern Europe. Every few generations, someone claimed to have seen him. Unlike most immortals, his endless life is framed entirely as suffering. He watches centuries pass. Everyone he knows dies. He accumulates history and loss with no release. Some versions say he eventually converted to Christianity. It didn't help. The curse held. This legend was historically weaponized as anti-Semitic propaganda, used to justify persecution of Jewish communities across Europe. That context is inseparable from the story. Beneath that, it explores something older: the idea that immortality without purpose or rest is not a gift, it's a sentence. Garuda. Garuda is an immortal birdman from Hindu and Buddhist mythology. Human torso, eagle wings and talons, feathers described as gold so bright they were mistaken for fire when he was born. He is the son of the sage Kashyapa and Vinata, hatched from an egg that radiated blinding light. His immortality was granted directly by Vishnu as a reward for virtue and devotion, specifically after Garuda pulled off one of mythology's most audacious feats, stealing the Amrita, the nectar of immortality itself, from the gods to free his mother from slavery. Vishnu was so impressed, he made Garuda his mount, the divine vehicle he rides across the universe. Garuda can change his size at will, small enough to perch on Vishnu's hand, large enough to block the sun. He travels across the universe in moments. He is the eternal enemy of the Nagas, the serpent beings, and hunts them across his endless existence. The Mahabharata and Ramayana both feature him. He remains a major figure in Buddhist tradition as well, and his image is the national symbol of both Indonesia and Thailand, representing divine power and protection. Tythonus. Tythonus is Greek mythology's clearest warning about careless wishing. He was a Trojan prince, lover of Eos, the goddess of dawn. She loved him completely and couldn't stand the thought of losing him to old age, so she went to Zeus and asked for one thing: make him immortal. Zeus agreed. Eos forgot to ask for eternal youth. Tythonus could not die. He also kept aging, every year weaker. Every year, more diminished. His body withered, his mind deteriorated, his limbs stopped working, his speech became incoherent babbling. Unlike mortals who eventually find release, Tythonus just kept going, aging without limit, suffering without end. Eos, unable to watch it anymore, locked him in a chamber. She could still hear him, his feeble voice echoing from inside. Some versions say he eventually shrank so completely that he became a cicada, the insect whose endless, monotonous chirping is said to be Tythonus still calling out after thousands of years. Tennyson wrote about him in 1860. The poem is about the horror of outliving everything that made life worth living, condemned to watch the world keep moving while you slowly cease to function. The myth didn't need updating. He just wrote it down. If you want to see more, like and subscribe. Turn on the notification.